Good noon, everybody. Okay, today we'll discuss about the science paper for CBSE 10th. So now, this paper basically is divided into 5 sections. So we have in all total 5 sections in this paper. They are section A, section B, section C, section D, and section E. So if you go section wise, you will be having 20 questions, 1 mark each in this one, section A. In section B, you will have 6 questions of 2 marks. Then in section C, 7 questions of 3 marks. In section D, there will be 3 questions of 5 marks. And in section E, we have 3 source based or case based questions, 4 marks each. So 3 questions of 4 marks. So this is the overall layout of your science question paper. Now these section A, if you go section wise, these will be generally MCQs. These 2 mark questions, you have to answer them in 30 to 50 words. Just be careful about this one. When I am saying 30 to 50 words, so be careful to limit your answer into this one only. Then the section C, where you have 7 questions of 3 marks each, your answer should be in 50 to 80 words. These 5 marks one, your answer should be 80 to 120 words. And this one, the last one, section E, it will be a case-based study question, in which same as we had there in maths, you will be getting 3 questions with internal choices. Generally, they can be of MCQ, true, false, or They can be of any type. This one. So 3 questions of 4 marks each. Now, if you refer to the sample paper which is circulated to you, if you have that one, you can refer to that one. So your section A of the paper will be containing question number 1 to 20. This section A will be having question number 1 to 20, total 20 questions. And in this one, 17, 18, 19, 20. 17 to 20 question number. These four questions, 17, 18, 19 and 20 will be of assertion and reasoning type. That means the two statements will be given to you, and out of that you will be given some options. You might have tried such kind of questions. The first option generally is A and R are true and R is the correct explanation of A. The B choice is both A and R are true and R is not the correct explanation of A. Then the C option is A is true but R is false. And the D option is A is false but R is true. These kind of questions, generally these four, for these four questions, you require a thorough knowledge of the topic or the concept. Whatever concepts you have studied in science, even you can find some of the activities in your NCERT book. So these four questions are generally based on those concepts. So whenever you read the text from that book, just try to understand the activities and the different concepts, definitions, whatever are given in that one. Like the question number 1 in the sample paper, which was circulated to you. I just specifically wanted to discuss this question with you. You can see in this question, there is a sodium chloride, this is a new type of question I have observed. Here they have written A, then you have hydrogen chloride, then you have 3 more products from this. Here you have iron 2 chloride, then you have ammonium chloride, and the third one is lead chloride. You might have gone through the two chapters in your book. One is the related to chemical reactions, another is acid, bases and salts, and one more metals and non-metals. The question here is, here A, B, C, D, you have to recognize. That means if we have sodium chloride, what should be A? Okay, what should be A so that you obtain hydrogen chloride? So how we can recognize this? There should be some acid, so it's concentrated sulfuric acid. That will result in a formation of hydrogen chloride or HCl. Then from hydrogen chloride we have to get iron 2 chloride. So iron 2 chloride, how we can get? This P should be now iron. What should be C now? C should be ammonia. And what should be D now? Lead nitrate. So unless and until you have in-depth knowledge about the chemical reactions specifically, you will not be able to answer such kind of questions. So whatever chemical reactions are there in these three chapters, one is chemical reactions chapter, then another one acid, bases and salts, then the third one you have metals and non-metals. So these three chapters, what you can do with this one, you can make a list of all chemical reactions whatever are given in these chapters, and they should be the balanced chemical reaction. The best way is to prepare a list of all these and learn them. That is very important, because if once you learn these chemical reactions, whichever are available in your NCERT or other book, they will help you a lot. Not only solving these kind of questions, these things will be very helpful in answering the other questions also. So here you can see these all reactions are there in your book. They can be combined in a different way to form the questions. Okay, this is the one type of questions where they will provide you a flow chart with some missing chemicals, their formulas, which are based on the chemical reactions. Also, one important thing is That is the reactivity series of metals that you might have done. So all these things always you have to keep in mind when you study science. Even there might be some reactions which are given in your carbon and its compound chapter. That also you can add to this list. So you can make this list comprehensive as you read the chapter. You go on noting down the different kind of chemical reactions, and out of that, you will be not only able to answer these questions, even you will be able to answer most of the questions which are based on the chemical properties. This is one type. The another type will be the type of reaction. This is one thing. The another type of questions are framed on type of reactions. Generally, the displacement, double displacement, combination, decomposition, you have gone through so many types of that. So some questions may be formed on that knowledge also. Okay, another one will be how you recognize the gas involved. There are generally two gases which are often asked for. The one is carbon dioxide, and the second one is hydrogen. Carbon dioxide is already know about these both. This is something like that pop sound activity. This one, the calcium hydroxide turns milky. So some these kind of questions will be there. If you have some questions to ask me, you can just put them into the chat box. Okay, you just go on noting down these points. When you study science, you just try to remember these things. Along with this, the third thing, these are the two topics now, and the third one is uh, color of salts and water of crystallization. There is one topic in your book. Color of salts and also the water of crystallization. These topics will help you a lot for the section A. I am talking of section A now. Because these are also to be answered very quickly. These 20 questions, they are of the MCQ type. So you should not take much time to solve these kind of questions. One question will be on heredity. Specifically those cross, monohybrid and dihybrid, like that capital T, small t, so which is dominant character, which is recessive one, that kind of questions. One question will be about the life processes, like which is there are certain activities in your book that chlorophyll is necessary for photosynthesis, carbon dioxide is necessary for photosynthesis, like that. And one question on reproduction chapter. The two types specifically, sexual and sexual types, what are their advantages and disadvantages, like this. And approximately there will be two questions you will get on this topic of electricity and magnetism. These two topics, you will get two questions on this in first section. And the 17 to 20, as I told, they will be assertion, reasoning type. So that will also require, the assertion and reasoning basically requires detailed knowledge of everything. Every concept, they are generally concept based things. So you should remember all of the concept, as many you can. Okay, if this is clear to you, we can move to section B now. Section B will start from question number 21 to 26. So the section B of the paper starts from question number 21 to ends in question number 26. This deals with 2 marks questions. Now in this one, you will get a choice in question number 21. So 21, 22, 23, 24, 25 and 26. So there will be internal choice here, and one more internal choice you will get in question number 25. Rest 22, 23, 24 and 26 will be the compulsory part. They will not have any choice. Now in this one, what are the important topics for this section? The number one is the physical and chemical properties of metals and non-metals. Metals and non-metals. For this, I will advise you just once read this topic from your class 8 NCRT, metals and non-metals. That will be very informative for you. In this, even as I told, that reactivity series is also very important. The second question or the second topic for section B is life process. In life process, generally in this topic they ask from circulatory system, then you have excretory system. So out of these systems, one question will be present. Rather, you may get more than one question even about life process. This is important topic for this section. Even they can ask about respiration, their types. Anything from that whole list of the life processes, you will be generally getting around two questions in this section. Then another topic is light. That is reflection and refraction. And one question you will get from environment based topic. Environment based topic means like that biodegradable and non biodegradable waste materials, how we can dispose them and other things. But as this is of 2 mark section, so basically you should be able to explain 2 points at least for 2 marks. That will be a sufficient answer for your this one. Like one question is here, for example, if all the waste we generate is biodegradable, will this have no impact on the environment? Because always we are talking of the non biodegradable waste. We always say that you have trouble in disposing them off, treating them, or changing them into dissociating them into their basic elements. But the question is there this they will also cause any problem? So the answer for this should be, if all waste we generate is biodegradable, the adverse effect on environment will be minimum. This is the right answer, because most of the students they write that there will be no effect. They will produce carbon dioxide, methane, which is released in atmosphere. Nutrients will be mixed in soil to increase the fertility of the soil. But we can't say that, because the CO2, methane, they again are going to cause some. But the impact of the biodegradable materials is very, very less as compared to those of the non-biodegradable one. Now the most important section, this 2 mark section, generally I'll give the another example also. Two metals which are alloyed with iron to make stainless steel. Or like two metals which are used to make jewelry. This kind of questions. So the two metals which are mixed with alloyed with iron to make stainless steel are nickel and chromium. Okay. The question is, this is question number 26, which is circulated to you, the sample paper. The question is, if all the waste we generate is biodegradable, will this have no impact on the environment? Your answer should be, if all waste we generate is biodegradable, the adverse effect on environment will be minimum. They will produce carbon dioxide, methane, which is released in atmosphere. Nutrients will be mixed in soil to increase the fertility of the soil. Okay, Abhinandan, this is clear now? Now the two metals which are alloyed with iron to make stainless steel are nickel and chromium. Also the another question was two metals which are used to make jewelry, gold, platinum, silver, any two you can write out of this. Now one neglected part in life processes, this I was talking of, is about that fluid. Generally we neglect that portion, and that fluid is in circulatory one. That fluid is lymph. So just be careful about to read the lymphatic system, how it is again poured back into our main circulatory system. So this generally we neglect. So you just read out that one. Now there is one defect of eye, astigmatism. Light chapter where it is, okay. Astigmatism. Astigmatism is basically the defect of the eye. The inability of eye or eyes to focus light in both horizontal and vertical lines is called astigmatism. It happens due to change in the curvature of the eye lens. It can be corrected by using cylindrical lenses. Now you can correct this astigmatism you can correct this one. This astigmatism generally is corrected by using, normally you can see there is a number of your eyes written like this, 1.5D minus 0.5D. Now if this defect is there in somebody's eye, along with this some angle is mentioned like 75 degree. along with the number of your specs, some angle is written, that means such a person will be having a problem of astigmatism. Okay, now we come back to our section C now. This is very important section. So this section C, your section C covers from question number 27 to 33. And this section will be having the questions of 3 marks each. So this is a very important one section. So you will be having these questions 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32 and 33. So out of these 27, 28, 29, 29 you will get a choice here. Then 32 you will get a choice here. That's all. There will be two choices for you in question number 29 and question number 32. But as you see, there are 7 questions in this one. So 7 into 3, that are 21 marks. So this section contributes to 21 marks. Now we talk of the important topics for this section. The number one topic is again the chemical changes or the chemical reactions. Like the simple ones, if you heat copper powder in a china dish, what will happen? It's a reddish brown surface of copper becomes black, like this. They will give you some example and some questions will be asked. This is one type. Another one will be related to electricity or specifically conduction of electricity. Like the conductors, how it passes through some solutions, and what is the reason that some solutions they are good conductors and some solutions they are bad conductors of electricity, like this. Another question you can get on the circulatory system, that is heart, then arteries, veins, how the blood is circulated through our body. One question is expected from this. Or sometimes they divide this one into parts, like questions can be 3 questions can be formed or 3 marks. Name the blood vessel that brings deoxygenated blood to the human heart. So that is vena cava, like this. So they can split this question into three parts. Then they can give you some flow chart which will be dealing with like digestive system or any other system. This question is very simple to attempt if we have a thorough knowledge. It is a flow chart type of question where some blanks will be left and you have to fill them. Then next type will be, yes, image formation by the lenses and mirrors. This is a very important topic. Image formation, both mirrors and lenses. Then the another important topic will be is something about food chains. Food chains like the different trophic levels. One important term is there, that is biomagnification. Focus on this. Another is that 10% law of energy for the transfer of energy, that is the 10% law. So these are some of the important topics for specifically this section, section C. Then, sorry, section C, section B, okay. Now section D. In section D, you will get 3 questions of 5 marks each. That means this section having a weightage of 15 marks. The question numbers 34, 35 and 36. Now these questions are to be answered in detail, in every kind of details, like your diagram, chemical formulas, chemical equations, whatever knowledge you have. Everything you have to explain here in these 3 questions. Unless and until you explain it thoroughly, you are not going to get 5 marks for this one. These are very important topics. But the good thing is, you will get 2 choices here. In 34, you will be having a choice. In 35, you will be having the choice. Only this one, this 36, it will not be having a choice. So you have good option here. Out of 4, you have to try 2 in question 34 and 35. Now, what are the important topics for this one? The first one question, surely out of these 3, you will get activity based. Activity based means they will provide you some setup in lab. They will give you a diagram, then what different chemicals are taken in beaker, flask, and then you have to answer certain questions. This is one type. The second possibility is the question can be framed from carbon and its compounds. The next possibility is this. So what kind of question from carbon and its compound? That is like addition reactions or addition reactions or chemical properties of these carbon compounds. Then the third important topic is it may be reproduction or heredity. Out of these two topics, like what is the importance of DNA copying, then next topic may be the accumulation of variations, dominant recessive characters like this. Or in sometimes they may give some description and you have to recognize the process. Like for example, process in which reproduction takes place by breaking up of parent into several fragments. So that is like fragmentation. So these kind of questions are possible there. Okay, Abhinandan, I will just get back to you after the class. Okay, just me finish off with this one, then we can go along with your question. And another topic is magnetism. Now in magnetism, mainly the questions are framed on magnetic field, another possibility is magnetic field lines, their characteristics and behavior. So these are the important topics for this 5 marks one. In this one, even you can take help of your that activity book you might have, practical file you call it. So you can also take help of that one also. Now comes the section E. So section E now, it has 3 questions of 4 marks each. That means total will be 12 marks weightage. Question numbers 37, 38, 39. These three questions. They were the case based or case study based questions. But the good thing here you will have choices in every one. So here out of 6, you have to answer 3. These questions generally, again the same thing what we discussed about the maths paper, the same thing is here also. This is again the concepts, what I said. Concepts, then activities, then also the experiments, even some examples given in your book, some graphs given in your book. There are so many things because we don't just can't categorize these questions. But good thing is that they will be providing you the material. That is good thing. That means either in the form of a paragraph, in form of some graph, in form of some information, and then only they will ask you some questions. So it's a good thing about this one. Here the possibilities, possible topics, we can list out like sex determination, that XY cross. Then another topic can be the graphs for resistance. Different materials they can take and draw the graph and ask you some questions. Another topic can be yes, the reflection and refraction again. These are some of the topics. On this generally, but you will have a good choice here. So you just, as I told you, you just read the questions carefully and then only you try to answer them, because lot of choice is available with you. So don't be in hurry. Read these questions carefully and then only you try to answer them. Like in the sample paper, you have this question number 39. There is a very simple question for case study. How can you identify the type of mirrors without touching? I think this is already, you already know answer to this. I don't think you will have any problem in answering this question. So just by the study of how the images are formed, you can answer this question. Okay, Abhinandan, that person was Lindemann, Lindemann. He gave that law, 10% law. I don't know exactly this is given in your NCRT book or not, but such question is not asked there. Okay. Only you have to remember about that term what I told, biomagnification. That term is very important. Many questions can be formed on that one. And you have to also able to explain that one because we call them as the trophic levels, you know. Everything starts with trophic level 1 and these are producers or these are green plants. Then you subsequently you go on to trophic level 2, trophic level 3, trophic level 4. Now, what biomagnification says actually, the energy, if air is 100, it goes to be 10% of this to the next level like this. But what happens with the biomass of this level? Biomass means the material content of the individual or that organism. It is completely eaten away by this trophic level. This complete 100% is transferred to this level. Now, along with that biomass, whatever insecticides, other non-biodegradable materials, they are eaten by that trophic level or entered into the trophic level 1, they will be passed on as it is to the trophic level 2. Now, as we go higher into a food chain, what we observe, the energy is reducing, but the concentration of these harmful chemicals, it is increasing. This is exactly known as biomagnification. We human beings are great sufferers of this system because we are at top levels of most of the food chain. So the energy reaching to us is minimum, whereas the insecticide and other chemicals, they have a great concentration in our body. So nowadays, this is the cause of so many diseases. So this is very important topic this year, that is biomagnification. Okay, hope this discussion is useful to you. And if you have some doubts, questions, anything, we'll just meet again next week. So up to that time, you will be receiving one more sample paper for science and math. Go through it and just try to solve it as I told you. Just concentrate on these topics in maths as well as in science. And after practicing this, reading this, then only you try the next sample paper. Okay then.